this semi, our Peterbilt end dumper. That's corn, a little bit of cob going into an 800 recutter Dell grinder blower, high throw, using my trusty 4430 blower tractor. Dad's in the field combine and she's muddy. Years past, we take this truck and drive it in the field, turn it around, and he'd fill it. Well, now we're gonna keep this truck right here on site. Greg's gonna grab the grain cart, get loaded from Dad, come here, fill me, I'll back up, and I'll dump it in. Got it, dust coming out the top, working pretty good. First load, geez, I have moisture this year with all this rain. That's what you want, let's go. Alright, PTO's on, we'll just push down, give her some fuel, and away she goes. Oh yeah. She's up there now. Grinder's working hard, buddy. A brisk 30-degree day with a heck of a wind breeze, kind of chilly out here. I folded this unloader up. This side of the grain was about 10 foot left in it. I went in there, greased it, serviced it, and hoisted it up, climbing the top. Lonnie ran it up with the electric motor, and we were good to go. Down she goes. We're moving, boys. Waiting for Greg to show up. See how quick he can come with a grain cart load of corn. Lonnie's working on one of the last chopper wagons to get put away. Do a quick walk through the barnyard while we're waiting on that corn. Cows are up eating, brisk. Brown bale of hay in the barnyard. Loaded. Trying to back this baby in. Big rig. Can't see a thing, but we're going for it. That big dumper's lined in stainless. The guy we bought it from used to haul mulch with it. You know how mulch would come out of a truck, wet, sticky, and like high moisture grain, so it's coming out good. And they're still rolling right along. Yeah, that's pretty beat up even before the blower, so it's gonna make good feed. We already gotta raise the truck up. Brother Greg just rebuilt it. We ended up finding another used one, kind of beat up, but we use it for parts. Sticky stuff, we gotta go back up with it. Anyway, found an old blower on an auction. It was beat right up, but had a lot of valuable parts on there, so Greg combined them. You can find them, not a lot of guys use them anymore. You can find them, they'll be sitting in a guy's barn somewhere. Haven't used it in years, but that truck's as slow as it is. You gotta lift it up slow and let it work out. I mean, sometimes you gotta lift it if it's not coming out, but you don't want to go way up with a heavy load like that. You'll flip the dang thing right over. We don't want that. We want to be extremely careful out here because this is, make no mistake, she's dangerous. Another truck about empty. We're going in fast. Good. Forgot how good and efficient this was. Another do is I'm gonna hook up to a silage wagon, mark one off and chopped a couple loads with the head as high as possible. I'm mainly throwing that in the silo for traction, for that silo loader. The bull wheels, it's ground driven. It's the main reason, and it'll just be a good mixture. As high as the head will go while we're waiting for the grain cart. Anyway, it's going to be a good mixture. We're putting it right on top, and we'll grab another one of them big corn loads. Just raised her up. These trucks unload fast. Turn this feeder on while I'm unloading that truck. Mark's gonna come in here and scrape up the alleyways. We'll let that corn silage down. No grain. Can't feed out of that silo while we're filling it while it's cranked up, but we'll have that. By the way we're going, it'll be full in a couple days. Something really squealing on that blower. Check that out. Back up. That squealing quit. I take that back. Crops off. Usually try to shoot for getting everything done by Thanksgiving, but this year I think we're going to be rolling right into December. Talked to my buddy the carrot farmer. They're going to be doing carrots probably through the whole year, so it is what it is. It's very muddy. 25 inches of rain this whole summer. That's a non-tile field he's on, and it's just soaking it up. We meant to get that tile, never did. Now we're paying for it. Chop. Good news. That shuts that off. We found a sprocket in there. Needed grease. To re-grease the whole machine. Running good now. Another semi getting backed in. Oh yeah, direct hit. truck of the day. I'm gonna put another wagon in. I just got an alert on my phone. It said we're expecting snow here in a couple hours, so not a big surprise. We're in November now, so we gotta get rocking and get rolling and get done. Guys, next day, hammered pretty good on this. She's getting up there. She's probably 80% full. I'm debating on how many trucks I need. I'm not 100% sure on how many of those fill. I know on a chopper wagon I could probably get quite a few more loads, but that's pushing 1,000 bushels, one of them semis. But look at the job it's doing. That stuff's like makeup almost. She was really blowing in here, so I'm gonna make the call, probably a few more trucks, and I'll have to really pay attention. So it looks like we're gonna be able to fill this today, day 2, and then we'll release the pressure on the combine so it's not cracking it and putting much cob in it, and we'll probably continue for the next week to take corn off, opposed to switching over to beans, because it's pretty overcast. I don't think you're gonna do much of beans in this weather. Corn shelled good in there, so. All right, we'll head down. We're gonna get fired up. Let's go. So they probably got over half of that. They went all the way around it. We're gonna finish up here. My wrestling coaches, my old wrestling coach's field that bumps up to the farm. He's gonna open that up. That way we'll get this full and that'll be opened up for when we want to continue shelling the rest of it. We're hoping it was a little wetter. By the looks of it is, probably said it's close to 25%. getting drier over there. A lot of guys that have already been combined have been complaining the corn is not drying down, so it's good for when you're feeding it, but bad when you're trying to sell it. Wind's picking up, really a lot cooler of a day. I had to put my bibs on. It was getting cold. Look what's coming out the back side of this silo. That's what's blowing out the chute. That's just some fine, fine stuff. Lowering this box. We're gonna park it back by them ag bags, and he'll be on his way. They're at the back of the field on the lane. Once we get this silo full, that'll be all the feed for the cows. Finally, we'll be done. We're gonna be coming around the lane. You can fill it right here. That grinder looks to be doing a pretty darn good job. Look at that. That's what you want. That's actual high moisture grain right there.